I need a little bit of time away from the character. And I know that's going to be a challenge and a half. A challenge and a half, I said. Given how long it took to make this video, it was much, much harder than that. What about the other characters I talked about before? I did revisit them, but they didn't spark anything for me. Well, that isn't completely true. Wolf was nice, but I just didn't want to be a part of the Wolf Pack. To my old secondary Roy, I just wasn't feeling it. Like I mentioned before, I like sword characters, but somewhere along the line, I guess I just got bored of it. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I wanted something fresh. I only tried Bowser because I felt the matchup was skewed in his favor against Dark Pit. Pit and Dark Pit already have trouble getting the stock already due to how weak some of their moves are, but Bowser, being as heavy as he is, makes it much worse. Looking back on it, I'm really only saying this because of one bad experience where I got so desperate for a kill I went under a Bowser bomb when he was 200%. I could have died from that, but you know, it may not be all that bad. Maybe I just hate fighting heavies as Dark Pit. I want to see what it was like being heavy, and how was it? It was pretty fun. But that's it. Having a command grab that can kill is always nice. And having the comeback factor because you hit really hard is also great. But the moves are really slow, and that's why I didn't really stick with the character for too long. The next one I tried was Yoshi. Don't really have a reason for this one, especially when Black Yoshi is gone. Rest in peace. However, what I do like about him is his speed. On the ground, he's the 16th fastest, but in the air, he's the fastest, meaning he can space aerials like fair really well. His combo game is fantastic, like down throw into up air, fair into up air or nair, F tilt to up air to up air to up air to up air to up air. I think you get the picture by now. However, what I do hate about playing him sometimes is fighting sword fighters. With that, I could wait for a patch to give him a permanent beam sword, or I could just play another character. But I really couldn't think of another character that I'd play because I didn't really want to play anyone else. But then I finally said, you know what? Screw it. Put me in, coach. I'm sorry for that garbage segue, but I couldn't help myself. Anyway, the first one I tried was Mii Sword Fighter, and I'm gonna be honest with you. After a week of playing it, I got bored of doing Gale into up air or hero spin. The next one I tried was Mii Brawler. Slightly faster than Dark Pit, a fast faller, good at combos and mix-ups. I found Mii Brawler to be quite exciting. Here's the problem though, I'm awful at mixing up on the fly, which I feel like is key to being great with this character. There's also the same problem from Yoshi that is still apparent here. I hate fighting swordies. Plus, I hate fighting zoners without range myself, besides a metal ball. And believe me, that's not enough. And even though I'm not good at mix-ups or I have trouble with sword fighters and range alike, the fun factor is most definitely there. Last but not least, Mii Gunner. Something I discovered while playing Mii Gunner and a little bit of Mii Sword Fighter was that I enjoyed zoning. Or maybe I just like spamming missiles. But anyway, while spamming missiles, I noticed something. If you predict they're gonna get hit by a homing missile, you can follow up with anything you like, depending on the range you're at, such as dash attack if you're up close, or if you're far away, you can immediately use a charge shot. I get the same comfy feeling I get when playing Dark Pit, and that's only playing for a little while in comparison. And compared to the other Mii fighters, I find this one to be the most fun, even if matches like Zelda and Mr. Game & Watch exist. Fucking awful. Oh, and with the events of 3.0 happening, I have to talk about how this affects my gameplay. It really only affects one character, and that's Mii Gunner. Because all projectiles were nerfed on shield, I really can't break shields like I used to. And I gotta be honest, that was half the fun. Does this mean I find Mii Gunner to be unplayable? Not really. But does it mean I'll drop the character? Not gonna lie, I almost did. I mean, seriously, breaking shields? That, I said it before, it's pretty fun. That said, I do want to have Dark Pit, Yoshi, me Brawler, and Gunner in my montage. But the problem with having a zoner into the mix is that generally people find them boring and lame. So it would be up to me to find something cool or interesting from the forums, or finding something neat myself. That goes for all characters, even Dark Pit. 500 hours went to the character, and I can say with confidence that it was wasted. Nah, I'm just messing with you. I did find this though. Just a little side note. The Nair drag down might be inconsistent. However, if you're able to get it, you should be able to get at least 2 in a row before you have to do something else. I think the biggest challenge with doing all this for the montage is trying not to give up on the new characters. I know I'm not the only one with this problem, but when I play a new character, I always have trouble adjusting. I always think to myself, well, if I was Dark Pit, I'd win. I'd switch to Dark Pit, then I'd proceed to complain about Dark Pit. It's a cycle I want to break. Losing is a part of the process, and the only way to remedy this is from learning from those losses. It's useless to think what Dark Pit could do when I'm playing a completely different character. And I wanted to break this cycle so bad that I almost burnt myself out from the game multiple times. I'd argue and say I'm burnt out now, and I need a break. I just need to remember all that instead of wasting my energy complaining about the other characters. I need to save that energy for something else. You know, like getting good at the game. But don't worry, I'll get the montage done. It just might take me a little bit. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. That's it from me. See you in the next one.